everyone, I am Kelly Schaffner. Welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you are here because today's video is my favorite video to make and to share with you, so I hope you enjoy it. Today's video is a shoe haul. All of the shoes that I picked up at the Goodwill Outlet bins in Hackensack, New Jersey, and I brought them all the way home to New Mexico to flip online to make a profit. Because that is how I make my living. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am a women's fashion and shoe reseller online, and I go to places like the bins to find fabulous shoes and clothing to make a profit on. In total, I only brought home 21 pairs of shoes. I would have liked to have brought more shoes home, but I think I focused more on clothing because it is a little bit more lightweight. I finally figured out my cost of goods on this haul. The reason being is I had to sort through items and decide what I was going to sell and what I was taking to the buy-sell trade store, all of that. I am selling 141 pieces, which brings my cost of goods to $1.21. The cost per pound at the Goodwill Outlet bins I went to was $2.29. Now, guys, I included a very large donation that my daughter-in-law gave me in my cost of goods just to help bring the cost of goods down. And a lot of what my daughter-in-law donated to me has been selling. A lot of bread and butter, but it has been selling, so that was a blessing. So my cost of goods on this haul has turned into $1.21. I have received the question several times, how did I bring everything home? I flew home, and so I actually shipped FedEx Express 99 pounds. I'll put a picture here, guys. These are the boxes when they arrived at my doorsteps just days after I returned. And just a reminder, this entire trip, my business expenses for this trip were $1,402. And that is the number that I am working to recoup. And I've got some really good news to report after I share the shoes with you, so stick around to the end. I'm going to share this first pair of shoes that I brought home. I didn't run comps on these shoes. This is a pair of Vans, guys. I think they are adorable, and that is why I got them. This is just a pair of white canvas Vans, and they were in really, really good condition. These are called the Archer Pride Glitter Heart canvas Vans, right? Just a regular slip-on Van. They were in pretty good condition. I did have to take a magic eraser to them, and they had a few marks on the canvas. So I did soak these in an oxy bath, and they came very, very clean. Now, I made a mistake. As they were drying, what I often do with my shoes when they are drying is I will stick a rag in them just to give them a little shape so they look perfect. Well, guys, this is the exact type rag that I use. My husband buys these at Sam's Club to wash our cars, and I put these yellow rags in this white cotton textile shoe, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there is a teeny tiny bit of yellow color transfer to my white shoes. So these are not listed. I am going to soak them one more time, and next time when I dry them, I will put white rags in them to dry them. These shoes were released in 2021, very recent fashion. Okay, the truth is I did not run comps on these. I love the style of these. I love the rainbow. We are big supporters of rainbows here in our home. But the problem is these shoes are saturated on the resale market. There are so many new with tags. These shoes came out in 2021, and the internet is saturated. So I would not recommend picking these up unless you can get them at the bins for a great price, guys, because the new with tags shoes are selling between $40 and $50. So that's not bad, but the used shoes have been selling as low as $13. Now, this model is made in children's sizes as well as adult sizes, and I am hoping to get about $20 to $25 for these. I'm gonna make these look good as new because I am competing with all of those shoes out there that are new with tags. This was not a mistake. I like these shoes, and I'm going to put them on my shelf because I want to look at them until they move on to their next home. The rest of the shoes are all listed. If you want any more details, just check out my listing. My Poshmark closet is always linked in the description box below. Guys, look at this. 2 pairs of Rothy's. Now, I did go to the bins on 2 separate days. I went on a Monday and a Tuesday, and I only spent probably 3 hours the first day and a couple hours the second day. But I found both of these on the first day, 2 pairs of Rothy's, a black pair, an animal print pair. I was ecstatic about that, but I found so many good shoes. Just stick around. I'm just starting with the Rothy's. I was looking back on my sold listings, the Rothy's that I have sold in the past, and my Rothy's have sold for me between $60 and $70. I know I hear people talking about being able to sell them in the hundreds, but that has not been the case for me. These, on the other hand, comp a little bit higher than like the classic black or or the flat, which is the round toe. These are a round toe, and these are called the mocha dot, and this is what they look like. They do have that red trim and the little red stripe, the blue halo, which is signature Rothy. These are a knit flat. They do have a removable insole. It says Rothy's right there, and everything on this tag inside checks out, because you do want to authenticate your Rothy's, and there's a lot of information online. I'm not going to go through the authentication process of Rothy's, but become familiar with it, guys, because when you see them in the wild, yeah, you want to make sure you're bringing home the real deal. Like I said, these comp a little bit higher. We'll see how they do. Size 9.5 mocha dot, and this one is just the classic black. The Point is what these are called, and these are made out of signature Rothy's knit. They are a stretchy shoe. They do not stretch out, so you do want to buy your true size. These are a size 10. Again, they have the removable insoles. That's where it says Rothy's on them. Now, I think these were worn a little bit more because there is a little scuffing. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but a little scuffing like right here, but they're still in very good shape. These are machine washable. Don't dry them in the dryer, just let them air dry, but so excited to add more Rothy's. All right, next up is a pair of white leather sneakers, a little bit of a platform on these sneakers, and these are by the brand J Slides. I like this brand. Okay, I always have to think twice about a white soled sneaker or shoe because they get so dirty from walking on asphalt, and that is as clean as I could get them. And you guys know I don't like to sell dirty shoes. I actually enjoy cleaning and rehabbing shoes, so I did scrub these, and that's as clean as I could get the bottoms, the soles, and you can see they do have a lug sole on them, and they are just less than 2 inches, the platform. I'm going to show you the brand right here. They are J Slides. It says it on the insole, but it is a little bit worn. Yeah, just a nice classic bit of a platform, white leather sneaker. These are heavy shoes. J Slides, the soles on them are kind of heavy, but the leather and the structure on these shoes is very, very sound. The comps aren't great, guys. I'm expecting to get between $25 and $35, and they're heavy. So maybe I should have run comps before I threw these in my carts. This just happens to be a brand that I personally like. I do wear J Slides myself, so I got them. They're mine. I'm gonna sell them. Next up is a pair of shoes that are so like new, guys. This is what the soles look like. White soles, very easy to clean. They have been worn. I'm not going to call them new. This is by the brand Vionic. If you can see it in there, I will show it to you on the back of the shoe. It is imprinted on the heel. These are called the Kiki style. They do have a ribbon lace on them in great condition, and these are a size 11. I did find several size 11, which I love to add to my stores because this can be a really difficult size to find. So yeah, these Vionic Kiki, gray suede sneakers that are next to new. Moving on to another pair of leather shoes. Most of the shoes I brought home are leather. Leather holds its value, and if it's a good brand and they use good leather, you can usually just polish up the leather and restore the shoes. This is what these shoes look like. They are a black leather mule, and these are in really, really nice condition. The brand on these is Madewell. These are a size 8.5. Can't remember the style name to save my life, but the comps on these look really, really good. Many of the brands I picked up, I've sold before, so I didn't run comps on everything, which can, you know, work against you. If you have time, I definitely would suggest running comps. Don't do like I do. I have sold this brand before. I did not run comps on it. I was happily surprised though when I ran the comps. I've sold this exact sandal before in a different colorway. This is the brand Sorel. You can see that right there. These are also a size 11. These are called the Kinetic Sandal. They do have a hook and loop closure on them, a white sole that cleaned up marvelously because there was very little wear on these shoes as well. So yeah, real happy to add these. And I did find that the Sorel sandals in the larger sizes, the comps were actually better. Surprise. I saw these shoes in the bin. They were a little bit dirty. They did need some cleaning on them, but you see that logo right there. I got very, very excited, and then I thought these must be really old because they don't have the typical sole, the running sole that you see on Cloud, on Running. I always use both of those, or all four of those words, I should say, in my listing. The company's name is On, O-N, but I do recommend using both On Cloud and On Running because I think that is what people use when they are searching for this brand. This is a pair of tennis shoes. This is their third generation tennis to play the sport tennis. I had to bring them home. They are a size 9.5, and guys, they do have some tread wear, and I think you can really see it on the heel right there. Yeah, I did get them cleaned up. They have some staining on the back of the collar. I always check the collar back here on my tennis shoes and running shoes because this is an area that seems to show wear very quickly. I brought these home because of the brand, because there is quite a bit of wear, but this is a trending brand that people are searching for. The running shoes sell very quickly for a really nice return. I don't know about the tennis shoes, guys. I will let you know. Hopefully these will show up in a what sold video. Who knows? But I had to try them. I found them at the bins and I had to give them a go. And then we have some Birkenstocks. I like to pick up my Birkenstocks at the bins. The thrift stores tend to mark them up, and I like to sell Birkenstocks. They sell for me even when they're not in pristine condition, and these are not in pristine condition. They're in pre-loved condition. I do not even attempt to wash those toe prints out of them because they sell anyway. Even with toe prints, I do sanitize the footbeds of all of my shoes. This is a leather upper T-strap. The style name is the Gizeh, I think, G-I-Z-E-H. These are a size 39, and they are a narrow. The little foot is not colored in, which means that these are a narrow. This is what they look like. This is what the soles look like. So there's some wear on them, and you can see right the center right there. There's a little separation happening between the cork and the insole, but these have a lot of life left in them. So I brought those home. I'm so excited to share these shoes with you guys and to get your feedback on these shoes. These are Sam Edelman. There is the tag. I have never seen a tag like this. Have you seen this? Is it old? Or I don't think it's new. I've been wearing Sam Edelman for a long time, and I have never seen that tag. But let me share the shoes with you. They look like this. This is a textured textile. It's almost like yarn, and it's so pretty. Really beautiful fall colors. I would call these fall colors. This is faux leather. So these are the only shoes, I think, or one of the only shoes besides the Rothy's that are not real leather, but these are funky kind of clog style mules by Sam Edelman, and the size on these is 9.5. So that is a great size. We'll see how they do. I like them. We'll see how they do. All right, guys, this is the last pair of shoes. Everything else is boots. And this is a pair of Vionics. And I don't know if you'll be able to see. It is a little bit worn in there, and my lights are playing tricks on me. I don't have the best lighting at this moment, but these are a pair of black leather slip-on flats by Vionic. They do have that little bow detail on a cap toe. I don't know if you can see the cap toe there, but the toe is actually almost like a animal print of some sort. It's very, very subtle, but this is a comfort shoe that I have always loved selling. I'll tell you what though, my Vionic sales have slowed down. So I am not picking up every Vionic I find. I used to do that, guys, because this was such a hot seller a year ago. But yeah, truthfully, the sales have slowed down. But those are a size 8.5. Let's move on to the boots. I'll start with these. These I did not thrift. This was a donation from my daughter-in-law. I called these bean boots, but they are actually by the brand Sperry. They look like this, a waterproof, fleece-lined, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's a green fleece-lined bean boot, right? And our winter boot, an insulated, weatherproof boot. When I was going through my daughter-in-law's thing, she has the cutest clothing, and I saw these boots and I said, oh, those are ugly, and I think I offended her. And I didn't mean to, because I do not live in snowy weather or rainy weather. I have never ever owned a pair of rain boots or winter boots. That's just the truth. And when I look at these, I think this isn't necessarily what I would pick. I would want a high heel on them and a lot of fur and maybe some bling. But anyway, I think I offended her, and I didn't mean to. I have to learn to bite my tongue. When family or friends or neighbors or anyone donates to my business, they need a thank you from me and not my critique of their clothing choices. But moving forward, I am going to follow that rule. There's some good news about these boots. When I first drafted these boots, I was calling them bean boots because that's what I think of when I see these boots. But when I was looking for the exact same comps, I found out that this boot is called the saltwater duck boot. And comps were much, much better for the Sperry saltwater duck boot, and the color green was the most popular color. Comps were higher on the green color than the black color or other colors that they had, so this was such a nice donation. Even if it's not my personal fashion choice, I am very, very excited to sell these boots. Oh no, I'm eating my words here, guys. These are not leather. They're not leather, but could I leave these behind? I did feature these in an Instagram post because I think these boots are stunning. Just take a look at these. These are kind of a dark blood red. This is a patent leather, but it's a faux leather. Pointed toe, block heel. The whole heel is wrapped in that faux patent leather. There is a zip closure. Such beautiful boots. And these are next to new. The brand on them, I'm going to have to probably zoom in there so you can see that these are Topshop, and they are a size 39. I loved these boots. I love a red shoe, but I thought these are really, really remarkable shoes. The comps on these are also very good, around the $50 price point. Topshop did make these boots in both black and red, and to my surprise, the red is selling for more than the black. And there are a lot fewer red pairs available for sale than the black. The black is far more common. I'm guessing these are not very comfortable, guys. And that is probably how I ended up with them, because why would you get rid of these? They're gorgeous. I love them. So I was happy to find these, and I'm hoping to get about $50 for those boots. Let's move on. I think these shoes are called the Vanda. I do have this style available in a smaller size and a different colorway right now. So it was really easy to make the listing on these shoes. These are Eileen Fisher. I'll show you the bottom. Eileen Fisher, size 11. Yeah, another size 11. These are a tan Nubbuck leather. They do have a zip in the back, but this is also an elasticized strap, so we do have some cutout detail. These are in really, really nice condition. I do like selling Eileen Fisher shoes. They do okay for me. They just don't move quickly. Talked about these boots in a previous video. This is the first time that you are seeing them, but when I was going through the shoe bins, I just touched this boot. This is a suede leather, a really nice suede leather. This happens to be a waterproof boot and it has a lug sole on it. So I was very, very interested to see who this was. Let me see if you'll be able to see the brand inside of here. This is gonna be hard to show, guys. This is the brand Trask. I will put a picture of the brand label right here so you can become familiar with this brand. I was not familiar with it, but these resell very, very well. It's a nice quality boot. I like this boot because the shaft is a little bit higher than most booties that I find. Nice block heel on them. These are a size 11. Someone donated all their size 11 shoes, and these are just a beautiful black suede leather boot that looks like this. Side zip closures, zippers on both sides, but working zippers only on the interior zip. Real happy about those. I think I'm most excited about these last two pairs. They're both by the same brand. Can you tell who they are by looking at them? This is John Fluvog. Here is the label. Become familiar with this designer. All of his shoes are very funky and unique, and every time I see a funky, unique shoe, I pick it up, I look at it. John Fluvog signs all of his shoes. There is his signature there, and these unfortunately have a few scuffs on them. It is not enough to deter a sale, but scuffs show up much more prominently on lighter color leather shoes. There is a hidden wedge in here. This is a cork sole, and there's stripes down that cork, and this is what the bottoms of the shoes look like. This does say pin your dreams to your heart on the bottoms of these shoes. These have a 3-buckle closure, and there is a little discoloration on the leather on the straps, but other than that, these are in really nice condition. When I was looking at comps, I found this shoe in much, much worse condition that was still selling around the $100 price point. Generally, if you're finding John Fluvog, you are looking at a Ben Franklin, guys. So I love finding this brand. They're fun shoes and they always get a lot of attention and normally sell quickly. I don't think I mentioned that those were a size 9 and these are a size 8.5. This is my size. I did not try these on because this is money right here. I sure would like to see what all the hype is about because this is such a popular brand. This is the John Fluvog Chelsea boot. This is a brown leather. Look at that toe. It's not rounded, it's not square, it's just funky, right? This is from the Wherever collection. So these shoes do have a comfort sole on them. There's always a little hidden statement, inspiration on his shoe. This one says, "You go, give thanks." I like that. This heel right here, what would you call this heel? A kitten heel? I call this heel a Napoleon kitten heel. I don't know why. Tell me if you have called this type heel a Napoleon heel in the past. I had a professor in college that always wore shoes with this heel, and she called them her Napoleon heel. So I continue to call them that. This has a John Fluvog pull strap. These are a pull-on with a really nice elasticized Goring Chelsea, really funky boots, right? Now these are not perfect. There's a scuff right there, And there's a scuff right there. They're used boots. People that are buying used shoes don't expect them to be perfect, but these are in really, really good shape. That is it. That is all my shoes from New Jersey. And I'm kind of sad that I am not in New Jersey thrifting their fabulous shoes and visiting with my son. My son, his beautiful wife, and her mother all helped me to thrift all of these treasures that I shared with you today. I did not find everything on my own, but I'm so grateful for their help, and oh, it was just so much fun. Guys, I wanted to tell you, got all of these shoes listed with the exception of the Vans. So 21 shoes were listed, and guess how much value was added to my Poshmark closet when I listed all 20 pairs of shoes? Not 21, 20 pairs. $1,402. I had to share that with you. Isn't that weird? I couldn't believe it was the exact number. It really blew my mind. When I am pricing product to sell online, I'm always looking at the sold comps and also considering like the condition of the item that I have when I am figuring out my asking price. And I just was curious what the value of all of these shoes were. But the thing is, guys, even if every one of these shoes sold at full asking price, I still have to pay platform fees. But you can see right there, once these shoes sell, a majority of my trip to see my son is going to be paid for. The business part of my trip will be paid for. That just blows my mind. I can see my kiddo by selling shoes. That's a cool thing, right? Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I did promise that in this video I would share the garage sale find that my husband brought home for me. Guys, I will share it with you in the next video if you are curious. Let me know in the comments if you want to see. My husband got me a paper shredder. A paper shredder. I don't want a paper shredder. Every paper shredder I have ever owned, I destroyed just within days. And to be honest with you, once my husband brought it home and shared it with me, he shredded paper. He loved shredding paper. So I really don't think it's for me, but if you want to see the paper shredder that he picked up at a garage sale for $4, let me know in the comments. Guys, thank you once again for spending part of your day with me. Thumbs up means a lot to me. Subscribe if you haven't done that. I will be back very soon to share the rest of this bins haul. Blessings to all of you.